I'm Steve.
And I'm Les.
And this is another episode of Tabletop Tastings. We're super excited for another playthrough and pairing.
That's right, and on this show, I teach Steve to play a game he's never seen before. Steve brings a bottle to pair with our playthrough experience, and then we do a full playthrough of the game and review our final thoughts afterwards on each of it.
Super excited. Les, what are we going to play?
Steve, what is a mycelium network?
A mycelium network.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Okay, that's cool. I had a feeling that may be the case. But a mycelium network is a hidden root system of fungi, and it's composed of dense masses of fine thread-like filaments. These threads naturally extend into the soil, plant matter, wood, and any other materials to pick up water and nutrients. The mushrooms that we see are really just the visible fruit of these mycelia bodies. And they're only a small part of the overall fungi hidden beneath the earth.
Some would say we're fun guys.
Somewhat. Hopefully everybody says that we're fun guys. The game that we are playing today was designed and illustrated by Jack Neville. Now, Jack Neville, this is, as far as I could tell from looking into it, his first and only board game that he has made. Cool. He's both designed the game and done the illustrations for it as well. This game was published by Splitstone Games, which Jack Neville is part of. And it's the only game that they have made that I can see. And they're a small company from the south coast of England. So they don't have much experience under their belts, but what they lack in experience, they've made up for through their Kickstarter campaign. And this Kickstarter campaign launched in October of last year, and it raised just over €500,000. So it was quite successful.
Very.
With a 7.4 rating on BGG, we are fungi, competing to spread our spores to gain as many points as possible by growing mushrooms and protecting our mycelium network in the 1 to 4 player area control game, Mycelia.
Mycelia.
Let's reveal.
Let's see.
And take a look. Okay.
Oh man, this is quite attractive looking right off the bat.
It's not too sore on the eyes, is it?
It's awesome.
So this is Mycelia, and as mentioned in the intro, we're playing as fungi, or really as mushrooms, with our mother mushroom, who's going to navigate around the board. And we're looking to explore and grow our spore network. So you may be wondering, how do I do that? How do I grow and explore my spore network? Well, one thing I really like and appreciate about this game is the fantastic little player aids that are included within the game. Because this little player aid very quickly shares what your 6 actions are. And essentially when it's your turn, you get to choose 2 of the 6 actions. You can never do the same action twice when it's your turn, but you pick 2 of the different ones. So really what we have is we have our main mother mushroom. And we're going to choose a place to start our mother mushroom once we get started here. But essentially one of the things you can do is move. With movement, you can take your mother mushroom and move it up to 2 spaces. And it always has to be a flat edge that it's moving along. So if I was there, I could go 1, 2, or I could just go 1, or I could go 1, 2. But essentially you're moving your mother mushroom around. Why would you want to move your mother mushroom around? Well, you want to move your mother mushroom around so that you can spore. And that's our second action. So when it's your turn, you can create spores from your mushroom. And this is one of the kind of fun little things I like about this game is, let's say that my mother mushroom was there. There's a wind die. And when you roll the wind die, it shows a direction. That'll always match one of the sides of the triangle that you're on. And the mother mushroom always leaves 2 spores. So you can drop 1 on the tile you're on, and then 1 on the next tile over. And that's really how you spread your spores around the board. Then you can fruit. And fruit is turning spores into actual mushrooms. So I'll just show a quick example of one. But we have a mushroom that's here. This is the meadow Wex cap. And what's cool about this game is this entire deck is all different mushrooms. And there's a lot of mushrooms in there. But essentially, what we're looking for is we need spores that exist on those different colors. So this mushroom, the meadow wax cap, would require those 4 different colors. So it would need 1 spore that exists on a tile that's red, and then 3 spores that exist on tiles that are green. So let's say a hypothetical situation. You know, maybe this is my spore layout here. I could choose to fruit if I can collect those spores. So it's got to be in the same kind of network or grouping, which means it can't be interrupted. If there was a gap in between, then that would break the connection. But essentially what I could do is I could take my 3 green, 1, 2, 3, and I could take 1 from the red and I've now fulfilled the requirements for this. So I could choose any one of my mushrooms over here. It really doesn't matter which one. Put it on, and then take the mushroom that represents it, which is indicated by the pips on it, so that you know this mushroom corresponds to this one, and place it on a tile that included at least one of the spores that you had collected already. And the purpose of playing the mushrooms is that it gives you another place to spore from. So this mushroom will create 4 spores instead of just 2 that the mother mushroom does. So with the mushrooms that we have here, anytime that we spore, we're going to use this little counter and move up once. And essentially each mushroom can only spore twice. Your mother mushroom can spore unlimited times. Each of the other mushrooms can only spore twice. And after they have spored twice, another action that you can take is decay, which I kind of jumped ahead of order here. But decay is essentially where you retire that mushroom. So the mushroom comes off the board, and you take the mushroom that's on it, and you slide it to the bottom, and you get an extra little benefit at the bottom. Some of them are immediate, others are maybe passive abilities, and others may be extra scoring for end of the game. And really the game ends when one player has decayed all 5 of their mushrooms. Another thing we can do is discover, and that's how we get more mushrooms into our hands. So we're each going to start off with 3 mushroom cards, and there's going to be 3 laid out here. We're not going to show what they are yet because that comes a little bit later. But essentially you can discover and collect more cards, and you can either take one fresh off the top of the deck, or you can grab one of the face-up cards that are there. And then the last thing is explore, and that's where we pick up from any one of these piles an extra triangle. They're all, you know, of the colors that are there, and we can choose to put them anywhere to kind of grow out the network that's there. So that's really it. We're looking to move, which is our mother mushroom. We're looking to spore, we're looking to fruit, we're looking to discover, we're looking to explore, we're looking to decay, which is essentially retire our mushrooms. The last kind of 2 little things I'll talk about quickly is the mother mushroom can break networks as well. So if you and I each had networks on there, which we will have, if I move my mother mushroom onto a spot where maybe you've got some spores, while the mother mushroom is there, those are now considered my spores and not yours. So it can break connections. The player that has their mother mushroom there can spend the other person's resources as though they are their own. And then the last thing we have is that each of us have a couple, well, we each start off with 1 bug icon. And what bugs do is if you flip over your player aid, it gives a few little tips on the back. You can really do, I think, 4 different things with bugs. So the first one is at the very end of the game, any bugs you have, every 2 you have is worth a point. You can spend 2 bugs or insects to move somebody else's mother mushroom to anywhere on the board. You can spend a bug to refresh whatever mushroom cards are up there. And some tiles, when played, will have little bug icons on them. So as soon as those come out, you put an insect tile on it, and then if your mother mushroom moves into that space, you get to collect it then. So that's really what we're looking to do. We're looking to fruit mushrooms. We're looking to spread spores so that we can get the resources we need to build additional mushrooms, and then we're looking to decay them. And again, the first person to decay all 5 of their mushrooms ends the game immediately, and that person will get this little tile, which immediately gives them 5 points. So if you do yours first, 5 points in this game is quite a bit, so that will result in your favor. The other thing is each mushroom also has a point value associated in the top corner, and you get those whether you've decayed them or not. So as long as they're on your board or it's been decayed, you'll get to collect the points for having those mushrooms in play then. Okay, so that is Mycelia. But Steve, before we get into it, I feel like something is missing.
Yeah, I think there is, because our glasses are empty.
They're a little low.
And we want to try and play a game.
That's right. What have you brought to pair with this experience?
Ooh, I'm super excited. So you gave me the theme of Can't Stop Me Now, and I really kind of see that
that's right.
from this. And so with that kind of theme, it really kind of made me think of kind of that love-hate relationship I think all of us have when it comes to fads, right? Because, you know, we look at a fad, something comes out and everyone gets really excited about it and we're all like, but it won't last. It's just a fad, right? But
there could be some FOMO there as well, right?
Exactly. You get a fear of missing out, so you really want to try and jump on that bandwagon. You really want to get after that, right? So, and sometimes things become a fad because they are just that popular for good reason. You know, they're good. We like them. They're exciting. All those kind of things, right? So that's kind of where I kind of slipped into, because the bottle that we're going to enjoy Many would say it's the result of a fad
Really?
in the industry right now, in the whiskey industry right now. But I would have to say the company that we're going to enjoy this bottle from is not a fad.
Okay.
They are the real deal.
Well, that's reassuring then. I'm quite excited.
Yeah. And now it's kind of funny because they do have a bit of a hill to climb because they are NDPs. So they're non-distilling producers.
Okay.
So they don't make the original juice, some people would call it, the original whiskey that has gone into the barrel. They didn't make that. They've purchased that from someone else that's made it.
Okay.
And so it's kind of funny because blenders, basically they're a blender.
Okay.
They're a blender, or kind of like some would call them like an independent bottler. However, there's a lot of sometimes negative connotations when it comes to that. And I would put myself into that category when I first started my journey into the whole world of whiskey.
Yeah, absolutely, because we've all had some blends that just aren't good,
No,
right?
they're just not good. But it's kind of funny because as you do like your research and you really get into the things, so we're filming right now in Ontario, Canada. And basically all producers of whiskey in Canada are blenders, right? Because they take the whatever they've distilled, whether it's the rye, the wheat, the corn, the barley, and those are aged on their own. So they're put into a cask independently. At the end of that maturation process, wherever they wanted to stop that, whether it's 3, 4, 6, 15 years, they then take that and blend it together.
That's right.
So basically all of Canada are blenders. And you know what? Blenders should not have any negative connotation. And the bottle that we're going to enjoy is an awesome example of that, because you can take some really good juice, and by blending it the proper way and finishing it a proper way, you can get something that is really, really good.
In fact, sometimes better, because it gives you more control after the spirits have aged. When you put all of the grains in the barrel together at the same time, whatever that final product is, you're left with that final product.
Yeah, exactly. And it becomes an art.
Yeah.
It really is. And this company that we're going to enjoy, I'm going to reveal it in a moment, they are artists from every step of the process. So the design of the bottle to how they're finishing that product, it really is art. And it's going to go really well with our game. So let's reveal, and then we'll talk a little bit more, and you'll get why I'm talking about it being part of that whole fad category. So we've got the reveal box, which I love. Although I didn't like it last time, being on the opposite side of that. Right. All right, so I'm going to reveal what we're going to enjoy with this game. And the revealing is from Doc Swinson.
Ooh.
We have their Exploratory Cask, Bossa Nova.
Wow.
And so I started talking about a fad. And the reason I talked about that is because this Exploratory Cask is finished in Amburana Brazilian wood casks.
Right, which the Amburana, some people do it very poorly, and those that do it well can create something really, really special.
Really special. And it is a huge fad, and it is a dividing, polarizing, really, for some, because if you have an expression that is not done properly, all you get is that woody flavor.
Really strong wood flavor.
It can overpower, right? But it's also kind of funny because a lot will call it their cigar batch because it has that kind of really strong flavors to it. And so they're trying to make sure that the cigar doesn't overpower the whiskey, or they kind of complement each other, basically. So Bossa Nova. What is Bossa Nova? So
it sounds strong and powerful. I'm a Bossa.
Nova. Well, so Nova is kind of the easy one, right? So it comes from a Brazilian background. So Nova is new.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And then Bossa is a slang term meaning something done with particular charm.
Ooh.
Which is kind of cool, right? So it's new charm.
Yeah.
And if you really think about it, Bossa Nova is not something new. That's been around for a long time. It's a type of Brazilian, like, jazz music. as well, right? So it's pretty cool. Yeah. So what they've done is that
I want to be
because
the
they
next
use
Bossa Nova. It
Exactly.
sounds powerful. I like it.
a new charm.
That's right.
Yeah.
Lots of
So
charm
it's
here.
pretty cool. And I've had lots of expressions from Doc Swinson. They are really, really good at what they do. So I have really good high hopes for this one because I know that they're not going to just throw something into a bottle and say, "Here, try it out." No, they've done all their homework. They're artists. Look at that bottle. They are artists. For everything from the black wax cap to that beautiful label, everything is really done really, really nice. Right? So they're not going to release something that's not good. And I really think it's going to go very nicely with this. So let's crack her open.
Let's do it. Let's see how easy that black
I
wax
don't
is to
think
get
that
open.
this one is going to be
I
very
don't even
easy.
see a pull tab.
There is no pull tab. So maybe we're going to have words with Doc Swinson after. I may actually need to find a knife.
I have one down here.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah, I'll go grab it.
I may. Yeah, because I don't think this is going to come very easily. All right.
Okay, just don't
It
cut
is
yourself.
beautiful. Let's go. This is
I have a
very nice.
feeling it's gonna be very slow.
It might be. It may be the slowest bottle opening that we've ever had.
And we've had some pretty slow ones.
I may not have cut still enough. Oh, here we go. All right.
Okay.
We're going to get a nice bottle pop.
Actually, Steve, you did a good job on that.
Thank you. So if you don't know, so Doc Swinson, they're on basically Washington State. That's where they're based out of. And so they make some really good stuff. So all the way from Washington State.
Let's hear that
Let's
pop.
hear that pop. Ooh, I
like
like it.
yeah.
I like it. Very nice. Okay, let's get into it.
Some nice color on that.
So we had an Amburana that long ago in one of our playthroughs from our good friends at Starlight, and they did such an awesome job with it. So I'm quite excited to try this one.
I like the nose.
Ooh. Yeah, I think they've done this one well.
You can-
Just from the nose, you can tell.
You immediately get the Amburana in there.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And
So you
it's-
get that, like there's a wood smell to it, right? But it's like a sweet,
There's a
very
definite
sweet
sweetness there.
woodness to it, yeah. Oh man, that smells fantastic.
Definitely some of the caramels.
Yeah, yeah. So, I didn't even mention it. So it's bourbon. So it's straight bourbon, then it's finished in Amburana.
Okay.
So you're gonna have, it should be really nice and sweet, and really, because you've got that bourbon, so 51% corn at least, and then you're gonna have that the Amburana, which is nice and sweet as well. So it should be very nice and sweet.
Okay, should we go in?
And that's like,
Or am I
so
too
I
early?
think a lot have described it, and I think it really well describes one that's done really nicely is kind of like that cinnamon toast crunch. It's got that cinnamon and that sugar, and just not nice lots of amount of sweetness.
You almost a little apple pie in there.
It could be, yeah, because you get a little bit of that fruits too, yeah.
Yep.
Even a peach pie. Beautiful. That's awesome. All right, let's go in. That is tasty. That is tasty. That is really well done.
The Amburana is a little strong in it.
It is a bit
but
stronger.
It's strong in a nice way. I think if it was any more, it'd be a little too much. I think they found that perfect line for it, and they've stopped at it.
Yeah, we've had a couple that they left it in the Amburana way too long.
Far too long. Yeah.
Wow. I really do like that. If you blind tasted this, I'm quite confident you would say, yeah, that's finished Amburana.
And one of the things I like that the Amburana does is, to me, it adds those kind of rye characteristics where it immediately makes the glass spicy. You get these nice spice flavors going in there in addition to the bourbon.
Yeah, which is not something you typically get in a bourbon, which is really kind of cool. So it's marrying two things that we quite enjoy, which is rye and bourbons. That's awesome.
I like it. It's really good.
The only thing that I would say that's a little bit negative on it is that the finish is gone pretty quick. Like it lingers a bit, but though that really pop of flavor is gone quite quickly. It lingers nicely on the tongue, so there is a finish to it, but that quick pop of flavor is gone a little bit quickly.
It is, but there's a little bit of a burn left behind as well.
Yeah.
And I kind of like just the sensation or the feeling of that.
Yeah. This one's really nice. Although it's kind of funny. I'm almost going to go back on my word now because the more that I've let it sit there, the longer I can kind of feel it there. But it does change. It becomes a little bit softer, which is kind of nice too.
And it may continue to evolve as it sits.
Yeah, as we sit. I mean, that's the first crack. But yeah.
Add a little bit more now because I had to have quite a few samples to get a good
Beautiful.
feel for it.
This is going to go really well.
I think so. So,
All right.
with our game, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to collect my tokens back here.
Yeah, you don't get to cheat.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is determine the first player. And technically, player 1 is the person that's last encountered a mushroom in the wild.
Okay.
Now, I can't remember the last time I encountered a mushroom in the wild. If you can go first. Otherwise, we'll just determine by random means.
So I do pest control for work,
Okay.
and I've been into a few basements recently that have actually had some mushrooms growing in it.
You want to find them?
Yeah, it's crawl spaces. Yeah, it's not necessarily where you want to see
So
them. But
you're player 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to deal us each 3 cards, but you can't look at them yet.
Okay.
And then player 2 in a 2-player game gets an extra card.
Okay.
Okay, so I get 4, you get 3.
Okay.
Can't look at them yet.
Okay.
Then the second player is going to choose to place their mother mushroom first.
Okay.
And with placement of the mother mushroom at the get-go, the thing I'm kind of thinking about is I like bugs, so I'll probably take an insect.
Yep.
The other thing I'm thinking about is I want to be as close as possible to multiple colors because I don't know what cards I'm going to get yet, but I'm thinking when I spread my spores, I want to have lots of options that way.
Yeah.
So there's only one brown tile on the board, so I think I'm going to go into the brown space.
Okay.
This tile here is also a wild card, so anything that spores on that can be used for anything.
Okay.
So I want to be nice and close and next to that. So I'm going to go there.
Okay.
And then I collect the insect tile. And I should have mentioned when you start, you have to start in the center area.
Okay.
And you can't start on any of the wild card ones.
Okay. All right.
So now you choose an area to start.
All right. I think I'll go here.
Excellent.
Click my
And now that those are out, we're going to reveal the 3 available mushroom cards. So we've got a common puffball, we've got a death cap, and we've got a deceiver. And we can now look at the cards in our hand as well. I'll show the audience what I have. So essentially, what you want to do now at this point is look at your mushrooms and kind of think, is there one of these that I want to try to build, or is there anything over here that I want to acquire? And really, we want to start getting spores out because it's those spores that we're going to need to create our mushrooms or expand our mycelia network. So you get to go first. And again, your options are move, spore, fruit.
And you're sporing away out of this, or you're always sporing where your mother mushroom is?
So right now, because we just have our mother mushroom, we'll spore from the mother mushroom. After we get additional mushrooms out, every time you spore, you're going to choose which mushroom or mother mushroom that you're going to spore from.
Okay. Okay. And then how many spores do you put out?
Your mother mushroom always does 2 spores when you spore.
Okay.
So if you're going to spore, what you do first is roll the dice.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, so you got that O shape.
So I'm over here.
So you always start off on the tile you're on.
Yep.
So one will go there, and then the other one will go in the tile next to it.
Okay.
Cool. And you may not want to cover up the wind symbols.
Sorry.
Fantastic. Okay, so that's one action. So you've spored. You now get a second action.
Okay. Well, I'll just move one here.
Okay, and you can move up to 2 spaces.
Okay. I think I'll just move one for now.
Okay, excellent. And then to signify the end of your turn,
Although if I did move 2, I can.
you get the bug, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, and then to signify the end of your turn, typically hand the wind dice over, and that tells us all that you're finished then.
Okay.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spore as well. So I'll roll, and I got the O also, so I'll drop one here and drop one there.
Nice.
Okay, and then I'm going to take a quick look at my cards, And I've got a nice easy one to do here. So I'm going to fruit. And with the fruit, I'm going to play a mosaic puffball. Okay, so I'm going to play this mushroom, and I could choose any spot to put it in. It really doesn't matter, but for simplicity, I'm going to go with the first one. Yeah. So there, and I have to spend either a brown one or a green one. So I'm just going to spend this one here, and then I get to spawn or fruit my mushroom there. Okay, so my turn's done.
All right. All right, so I guess I am going to, I don't have anything I can do yet, so I will, I'm going to spore.
Okay.
So I'll shake her up, and I've gone that way.
Excellent, that's your first action.
Yep. And then I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to move. I'm going to move back one.
Okay.
For now. Okay.
Excellent. I will spore, if you could pass me the dice, please.
Oh, sorry, yes.
And I'm going to spore from my mosaic puffball, and it spores 3.
Nice.
So it goes in the O direction. So I go 1, 2, and then it's really, you have to follow the triangle pattern. So I could go here or I could go there because it's within that pattern or direction that I'm going. So I'm just going to throw it over here. Okay. So I spored, and maybe I'll add a triangle here as well. Yeah, I like that. I'll just stick it here. Okay, that's it.
Okay, so I am going to do a
wood bluet?
A wood bluet.
Sounds about right.
Wood bluet. So it's orange or one of these. So I'll do...
not yet.
Actually, I'll do my wild card.
Okay.
For now. And then that goes wherever that was.
So it has to go on one of the 2 that you spent. So you spent from here and here.
Okay, so I'll just put it...
And put it in the center. Kind of.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay, excellent.
And then the next thing I will do...
And actually, sorry, I missed. When I fruited with this, which is when... sorry, not when I fruited, but when I...
Spored?
When I spored, I should have increased that first.
Oh, okay.
Because they can only spore a limited number of times.
Okay. So they only spores 2. So I'm going to do a spore, but I'll just do from my mother mushroom. And I get the same one every time. That's okay.
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 Excellent. And I'm thinking I want to get one of these big bad boys up. So I want to get 2 orange, a red, a brown, and a green, which is kind of tricky. So I think I'm going to spore, and I will spore again from my mushroom. So I'm going to do that up for the mosaic puffball. So I'll roll. And he's doing the U, which is this way. So I'm glad I added that extra tile because now I go 1, 2, 3. Okay, nice. So I've spored, and I'm just going to do a quick check to see if I have enough yet. No, I need a red one. So I think I'll explore. And it's not red, so we'll throw that over here. Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do first, so I was having a bit of an issue with the colors.
Right.
But I've noticed that there are symbols on the actual board as well. So that's really nicely done. Thank you. Because I was looking, I'm like, okay, what color is that? But then there's the symbols are on there. So that's awesome. Thank you.
And I called that out in the manual as well. That was intentional design. For
that's great.
Colorblindness.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So I'm going to spore. I'll do from my... I'm actually going to do from my mother mushroom again. Hopefully we can go the same way, the right way. We did not.
We're the same way, that's fine.
But that's okay.
So side note as well, and I think I mentioned it, but wherever you move your mother mushroom, anything on that becomes yours while you're there. So not the mushroom, but the spores.
Okay.
So if you want to get spores.
Oh yeah, I could have. Right? I can try and get over.
And you can never go where someone else's mother mushroom is, but you could go on top of this, and then those spores become available for you to use.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. But having done that, I can now do my mushroom.
Okay.
which is a yellow brain fungus. Looks pretty
times.
sweet.
Yeah.
So I've got a little
green
one and then 3 red.
Very nice.
And so that guy goes to one of the ones,
One of
right?
the ones, that's
so
right.
I'm going to put him right there.
Excellent. Okay.
There we go.
So, I actually think my wrinkled peach requires 2 orange, 1 red, but I'm going to take it from the wild card, 1 brown, and then 1 green, which I'll take from over here. Sweet. Okay, so I have my wrinkled peach in play, and I will put him here.
Nice.
Okay, and then I'm going to choose to decay. So I'm going to decay my mosaic puffball. And when it decay, I get an immediate bonus. So it says move 1 outer edge triangle, including all contents. So essentially what I get to do with him is I get to choose any edge piece with stuff on it or whatnot and move it wherever I wish. But looking at it here, there's not really any edge pieces that are really fantastic. So I did want a red, so maybe I'll grab this red one and I'll move it over here.
Nice.
So that's within my spore network. And that's my turn.
Cool.
Oh, and when you decay, the mushroom comes off the board. And then that one is done now.
Oh, sweet. Okay. All right, so I'm going to spore with this guy, my yellow brain, and he does 3. So he is this one here.
Yep.
Oh, and I got to do the wind. I have hit the same direction every single time.
Nice.
All right, I'm going to grab this card.
Okay. Fantastic.
Oh, and I move him
Right.
up.
Okay. I am going to spore with my wrinkled mushroom. And
Wrinkled peach.
yeah, my wrinkled peach, that's right.
That's when you go swimming for too long, isn't it?
So yeah, pretty much. He rolled a U, so I stick 1 here, and then 1 on my mother mushroom. So that's 1. And then I think I'm going to move. And then I'm going to move here in order to collect this. And then you can't spore from this one while I'm here.
Okay.
And that's technically now my tile, and everything that's on it is mine as well. Okay, and that's it.
Okay. Well, I think what I'm going to actually end up doing is I'm going to use 2 of my insects
Okay.
and move you
Anywhere you want.
anywhere on the board.
Anywhere on the board.
Okay. Let's go. You can go. You like red. I'm gonna move you over there.
Okay, well, that's cool. And that doesn't count as an action, it's just free.
Oh, sweet. So yeah, I'll just put them in the
Free
middle.
other than your, yeah.
Okay. And then I am going to spore using my yellow brain fungus in the same direction that I always spore.
Cool.
It's crazy.
1, 2.
Yeah.
Never go wrong with the wild card.
Never go wrong.
Okay, so move your marker for him. So he's now done.
Okay.
So you can't spore with him anymore.
Okay.
And,
So I could decay him though.
it is an action to decay.
Okay.
I'll go. I guess you've just done the one thing though, haven't
Yep.
you? You just spored. So
Yeah,
if you
I've
want to
only
decay
had-
him, you could decay him.
I might as well because I won't be able to do him anymore anyways. And I get to then choose the direction of my wind, which will be kind of nice.
That's cool.
Sweet. Nice.
Huh. Place the wind die on the preferred direction.
Yeah.
So essentially, you, as a passive now,
Yeah.
get to always choose.
I get to choose.
Choose.
I can go a different direction finally.
Which is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to get a nice big high point mushroom up here. 'Cause I really do want red. So I'm going to take 1 action to move here. And then I'm going to spore from there. And I got a V, so I got a spore here and a spore here. And that's my turn.
Nice. Okay. All right, so I think my first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spore with my wood bluet.
Okay.
Oh, I can choose.
Yeah.
I can choose. Which way do I want to go? So basically, it doesn't really matter. But I think what I'll do is I'll go this way,
Okay.
that way, and that way. So that was my first action.
Yep.
And then with my
So and then
second,
move your spore.
Oh, yeah.
token as well.
okay. With my second action, I will I will do this one here, so a death cap. So I'm going to use my 2 wild for my 2 red.
Okay.
I've got the orange.
Yep.
And this guy is
The brown.
here.
Yep.
And the green.
Fantastic.
One of each.
Okay, that's good.
Perfect. And I can put those wherever I want.
Any place where you took a spore from.
Where I took a spore. Actually, I'll do the wild.
Yep, that's pretty good.
Okay. That was my 2 turns.
Okay, excellent. I am going to move. Actually, I think I want a spore as well. So I'm going to put down a golden spindle, which requires a green, 2 red, which I'm going to take this one, and a wild card, and a brown, which I'll take that one. So that gives me the golden spindle. And this mushroom we will put right here. Okay, excellent. And then I am going to spore from those golden spindles, which it spores 4. So I want everything but the U. Actually, I really want the O. Yay. Okay, so 4. And I
Happy it worked out for you.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Nice.
Okay, and that's it.
Yeah. Just notice that this guy, he's worth a lot of points, but he only spores 1.
Yeah, so that's where kind of there's
kind of
that balance, right?
Kind of a bit of a jerk, that death cap. Okay. So I don't know that you've mentioned it. How do you get more bugs?
The only way to collect bugs is by exploring. And actually, we put out that tile, we should have put a bug on it. So if the tiles have a little bug in the center, when they come out, a bug should go on it.
Okay. Wow, so exploring. Okay, cool. Very nice. All right, so what am I going to do first? Actually, I think I have all those. Got that, I got that, and I got that. Okay. I am going to do this Medusa mushroom.
Okay.
So it's one of these.
Yep.
One of these.
Yep.
And where was the other one? Did I not have it?
You took
Oh, I don't. So I had.
you took a green or brown, and you just need a yellow. You do have the wild card. Oh no, you don't.
No, I don't. No,
Yeah.
sorry. I thought I did have a wild card there sitting there too. So I don't have.
So if you you haven't taken an action yet, though, right?
No, not yet.
So if you wanted, I'm just throwing this out there.
Yeah.
You could move your mother mushroom on top of me,
Uh-huh.
and then the
That's
wild card
me.
becomes yours. Oh, you own the wild. Oh no, it's my cube. But if you put your mother mushroom
put the
there,
mother
you
mushroom
then
there.
control all the spores
Okay.
on that tile.
So do I physically remove yours as well?
No, you just
It just counts towards
it counts.
mine?
You're
As
allowed to
mine.
spend it as if it were yours.
Ah, I see. Okay. Well, that'll work. So I might as well do that. So I'll move here.
Yep. And
then-
then
I can do those 2.
yep.
Steal yours. And I put him there. And I will put this guy right there.
Excellent. So you spent that one. So it's on mine.
Oh, so it does remove. That's what I meant.
Oh,
Like if it actually removes your
Gotcha.
cube.
I thought you're like, oh, swapping it with a white one type thing. But
No.
Yeah, no, it does remove. Yeah,
Okay.
Absolutely. Okay.
Cool.
Cool. Not cool, but cool. I think Amethyst Deceiver.
I was watching that one.
And I could go for a bug as well. So I'm going to grab this. Ooh, check that out.
Did you get one?
I
Look at
did.
you.
I'll put that there. And I'll put the bug on it.
Nice.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. So what do I want to do? I would really like to finish this one. So I'm going to spore with this guy.
Nice.
He spores twice.
So always, move it first and then place the spores.
What do you mean?
Like, move this up.
Oh, okay.
Just so we don't
Yeah.
forget about it.
No, that makes sense. So we'll move it up. It's the number 1 here. I can choose which
Yep.
direction I
That's
want.
a
So I'm going
crazy
to go
ability.
there and I'm going to go there.
Okay. That's cool.
So that's my first move.
Yep.
You know what? Why don't we just decay him? Will be my
Okay.
second move.
And it says you can now perform the same action twice.
Twice. Yeah. So I can do 2 things at once. Nice. So that
That's
goes-
crazy. Okay, and I do want to check one thing. We will give a little rules clarification.
Sure.
With any of your player mats, you can build multiple mushrooms on them. So after you've decayed one, you can reuse the player mat. And that's where this upgradability, place the wind direction or the wind die on your preferred direction, would apply just to mushrooms, future mushrooms that live in that one spot then.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay, so
So I can't use that for
That's
my
right.
mother mushroom or my other ones. Okay.
Right, slight correction on that.
Okay.
Okay, so you've taken your 2 turns?
I have, yes.
Okay, excellent. And, well, that's pretty good. I really want to play this, so I need brown. So I think I'm going to take my wrinkled peach, and I'm going to roll. So we're going to spore with our wrinkled peach. And I got O, which goes off the board. So that's a waste. I only get to spore the 1 there. So I spored and failed. And I think I'm going to draw a card. And I'm just going to take one off the top here randomly. Okay, excellent. Steve, you're up.
Okay. I need cards, so I think I will do... you know what? I don't have a lot of spored locations anyway, so I might as well do that. So let's go with this guy. We're gonna do a first spore.
Okay.
And he does 3, so I have to roll the dice. Every time. I always hit that same one. Okay, which is cool though, because I'm gonna go like that, and I'm gonna go like that, and I'm gonna go like that.
Oh, you have to put one on the tile that they start off on.
Oh, sorry. I meant to do that. Yeah. Okay. So that's my
spored.
first.
Yep.
So I spored him. So I'm going to move him up 1. I might as well. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 1, 2.
That's kind of jerkish. That's very jerkish.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I need green, brown, red, and yellow. So I've got everything except the red. So I'm going to spore for my mother mushroom. And we get the O. So we go here and here. And then I'm going to play a amethyst deceiver. And I need a green, I need a brown, I need a red, and I need an orange.
Nice.
Okay, and then we'll play this one here. Fantastic. Okay, so that's 1, and then I'm going to decay my wrinkled peach, which says I get to place 2 triangle tiles. So I'm going to grab one here, a little red action. We'll go right there. Okay, and then another, and I get another red one, and we will throw that one up here.
Both have bugs.
Both have bugs. Good call it. Thank you.
Nicely done.
Bug. Okay, so I spored and I decayed.
Beautiful. Cool. Okay, so I think my first move, I'm going to take this guy.
Oh, the girlie's saying pretty fly for an
Fly. Agaric.
I read the line.
Agaric.
But
pretty fly for an agaric.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, nice. Well, maybe what I'll end up doing is I'll decay. I'll decay this one or do a
fruit.
So I picked up
spore?
I'm gonna spore.
Yeah.
So he only spores 1, but that's okay because he just spores.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to spore with the deceiver. And I get a V on plant number 4. So he's going, not a good way. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think from there, yeah, that's cool. I'll take a card and I'm going to grab this deceiver. Okay, that's it.
Nice. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my fly agaric. So I'm going to place him there, and then you'll see that I have 3 wild cards.
Yep.
So I do my 3, 1, 2, and 3, and I have the 1 orange.
Nice. Yep.
Yeah. So there we go. So I can place him on any one of those that I want. I might as well go
I
there.
think that's really the only option.
Yeah. I just can't have 2 on each. So I spored and I place my fungi. So I'm done.
Fantastic. I'm going to play actually I'm not. I'm going to spore. And I'm going to spore from my golden spines. So we'll roll. He does the V from number 3, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 he spores for. Cool. So that was action number 1.
Okay.
Action number 2 is I'm going to play a deceiver. And a deceiver requires a orange, a red, and a green.
Nice.
And we're going to pop this guy down here. Okay.
Beautiful.
Excellent.
That's your 2? Okay.
That's my 2.
All right, so my first move, I'm going to move my mother spore.
Nice.
I'm going to take that
Okay.
little bad boy there. And then my next one, I'm going to decay this guy.
Or spore.
Or spore, excuse me, spore him. So I get 2 for that, and I get to place the direction anywhere I want. So he's the number 2.
Yep.
So I'm going to go there, and I'm going to go there.
Why wouldn't you? That's good.
Of course. So that was my 2 moves.
Okay. Excellent. I am going to move my mother. And I'm going to go 1, 2. And then I am going to spore. Actually, I'm going to decay. So I'm going to decay the golden. Do you have any cards?
I have no cards.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to spore with my amethyst deceiver, which is number 4.
Nice.
We'll roll for it. So it's V. And V. That's the wrong way again. And he does 4 spores. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Good, that's it.
Okay. All right. I'm going to spore with my fly guy. It's a 2.
Yep.
So I'm going to just do the same spots again.
Yep.
All right. So that does that one.
Yep.
And then I'm going to decay him.
And now your mother can now move 3. Whenever
Yep.
the mother moves. That's pretty good.
Yep. All right. Oh, and I guess he comes back.
Yes, he does. Okay. Excellent. I am going to decay. No. Yeah. No, I'm going to spore. So we'll spore here. And he does 3, my deceiver. So I got a U for it. And that is number 5. And that's not very good. Okay, I get just 1 because it dead ends. And then I am going to... So I'll play this mushroom. So this is a cheap one. It only requires 1 red or 1 orange. So I will take a orange to do that. And... oh, I never took that mushroom back, I guess. It's a 2. So I take it back. And then play this one, and I now put it where I took the tile. Okay.
Yep.
Yep, we're good.
Sweet. Okay, so I'm going to decay this guy. Excuse me, I'm going to spore.
They see me
spore him.
and...
Okay, so he's the 3, so he goes there.
Nice.
Do I have to... that doesn't matter, right? Because I'm only doing the 1.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, so that was my first, and then I will...
Decay him?
oh, you don't have... yeah, you do have
I do have a card.
Nice. So I steal
Each
your
opponent
card.
gives you a card?
Yep.
That's trash, man.
Thank you.
That's your 2 actions?
That was my 2 actions.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm going to decay my golden spines, randomly steal 1 card from an opponent's hand.
Oh, which one should I give him?
I'll take my card back, you big jerk. And I am a 3. Where's the 3 on there? Oh, it's over here. Okay, cool. And I better play this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my mother here. Cool. That's my turn, and you're up.
Okay, so I'm going to spore with this guy. So he does 3.
Yep. And you do have to roll for him.
Yeah, I will. I don't think I've rolled anything other than that one.
Yeah.
So
I thought you said it's your... Oh, no, it's your 4. Yeah, good.
There. Okay.
Okay.
So I've spored him the most,
Now,
and I'm going to
decay him?
trigger the end of the game.
Okay. Not yet. You got to spore all 5.
What do you mean?
Decay all 5.
I have.
Oh, no,
I have
it's
5.
each actual mushroom.
Oh, I thought you meant...
No, each mushroom has to have...
So it has to
decay
do. I have to do this one yet too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, I should have taken him back too.
Okay.
All right. Well, you know what I'm doing next.
Yep. I'm going to play a Clouded Agaric, and it takes 4 resources. I'm going to grab this one, and then I'm going to grab... Actually, I'm going to grab all 4 from here.
You jerk.
Well, if you're going to spend someone's spores, spend somebody else's spores.
Exactly.
And that's good.
So I was supposed to move an opponent's to an
mushroom.
empty.
To an
Mushroom.
empty.
Yeah. I'm going to move you to... Yeah, you can go up there.
Cool. And this one comes under here. Sweet.
Okay.
And you're up.
All right. What do I have out there? I think I'll do this. So I'm gonna... Yeah, someone stole all my wild cards like a jerk.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good. It felt good.
I bet it did. All right, so I'm just looking at what I've got here. So I've got one of those.
And this is
I got
where
2 of
things
those.
get interesting because for you to spend stuff to play a mushroom, your network has to be connected.
Yeah.
So right now, this half of the board is disconnected from this half from
Okay.
yours.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's where moving your mother mushroom around can change that control order.
Yeah. All right, so and she can move 3 actually.
Yes, because she's...
So if I placed her there, then those connect?
Then it's now connected.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
And then you also own that red cube while you're on it.
Yeah, so I think I'll do that as my first move.
Okay.
So I'll move the 3.
Yep.
And then, well, I'll just stay there, but I'm going to take this guy.
Nice.
Your turn.
I'm going to play an amethyst. I'm going to decay my amethyst deceiver.
Nice.
Okay. And that is mushroom number 4. Comes back. And then it says I get to move an opponent up to 3 spaces. So
Then my mother mushroom.
I'm going to go 1, 2, 3.
You're a jerk.
Put you back there. So that's one action. And then my second action, I'm going to spore with my deceiver. So that's mushroom number 5, and I'll roll. And I'm really looking for the O. If you could roll this one for me, Steve, actually.
Yeah.
That would be nice. I did not get it, so
That's
I
good.
waste a spore and drop that there. That's my turn.
Okay. All right, so I got to move my mother mushroom again because someone was a jerk.
Yep.
But now I own you.
Well, you own a spore, yeah.
I own the spore, yeah. So that way I can play my green elf cup.
Ooh.
And I'm going to put him there.
Okay.
So he is a red, which I'm going to take from you.
Yep.
And he is 2 of the orange.
2 green, actually.
Green, excuse me. That's right. This guy's here.
Okay, but I can see the confusion.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah,
my
shush.
cubes are there, so
Yep.
that makes sense, and they're orange.
So I'm going to put him there. And that was my turn.
Okay, exciting. So the second I decay him, the game is over.
Yeah.
So my kind of thought is I want to try to get some more points in,
Okay.
which I know it'll take you at least 2 turns to spore up.
Yeah.
So I want to see, I've got some decent cubes on the board here. I think I may grab this. It's only 2 points, but I might as well grab this. And then I can play this. And, oh, I can't because it needs a red. Okay, so I can't play it, but I might as well spore, and I'll spore from my false death trap because it spores 3. So kick that out. We'll roll a dice, and it gets a V on number 2, which is good. 3 spores. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3 with it.
Nice.
Okay.
Good stuff.
And you're up.
Okay.
While you're thinking about it, do a little quick reflection here on the Doc Swinson.
Yeah.
I'll admit, the first time I try Amburana, every time, I'm like, okay. Like it's good, and I like the like I do love the spices from it. But that initial flavor, I'm like, okay. But the more time you spend with it, and the more time it has to breathe, the more I fall in love with it throughout the playthrough. And what I think is kind of neat, and I may be jumping at it a little prematurely here, but this game, when I played it last night, when we started playing it today, I'm like, it's okay.
Yeah.
But just in this moment, it's kind of clicked for me. And I've just started to hit that, you know what, actually, I really like this. And I think it's once you start playing around more with your mother to block people, steal things, that, for me, that's where kind of the magic is in this game. And I'll be honest, I didn't know initially when I played it last night that you could have more than one mushroom in the same spot. So knowing that you can try to capitalize on points for it before your opponent has the opportunity to decay is exciting to me. So I don't know if you've hit that yet, or if you're still kind of in that stage of it's just okay, or where are you right now with our playthrough?
So I like it. I still have a couple of little questions that I'm going to ask after the fact, just to clarify. I guess I could ask you now. So I like the whole thing of getting the 5 done. So that's kind of where I was trying to focus, but I thought you just had to have.
Thought it was 5 total, but it's each one of your 5 boards has to decay.
Decay once.
That's right.
Okay, so which would have changed, I think, a little bit of how I played it. Although it's kind of, I'm really liking the game.
Yeah.
I do like that you get these extra cool little bonuses, which I always enjoy.
A little bit of a mini engine builder.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. So and then you can kind of build on top of those, which is really, really cool. So that's awesome. And I forgot that I could do the same action twice.
You're not restricted by that. That's right. You've got that passive.
And I forgot about it, which is kind of cool. So you got to keep watching. So I'm really, really enjoying this. And I have to agree with you when it comes to the Bossa Nova.
Sure.
So I had like a little sample of this in the past, like probably about a year ago. And I liked it, but it wasn't like, oh man, I got to run out and grab a bottle. However, it lingered in my mind long enough that I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna try and grab a bottle of it because one, it looks beautiful. So the thing with Doc Swinson, like I've done a few tastings with it. So again, our good buddies at Southern Ontario Sippers, we've done a few of those. And I can't say that I was like blown away by every single thing that I've tried, but they've all been good. Like there wasn't any of them that I was like, nah, I don't like it, or it was terrible. Nothing like that.
The range is pretty solid.
So the range is really solid. You really can't go wrong if you grab any of the bottles from those guys. But this one just kind of, it lingered in my mind, and it's almost like a crowd pleaser too. Because someone that's not like super into whiskey, I think would still enjoy this because it just has that big pop of flavor.
I don't know. It has a big pop of flavor, but if you're not into whiskey, that pop may be intimidating for you as well.
It could be, but it's so sweet. And like the sweetness helps. Yeah. So I just find, and it's very unique and different. So it's like it's not a Scotch. Like it doesn't have those flavorings. It's not a single malt. Like all those kind of things that kind of some people can kind of back away from it. I think this would kind of be a nice gateway to say, hey, try something that's a little bit unique, a little bit different. So
it definitely grows on you, because again, the more time we spend with it, the more I've enjoyed it. And I rate this game kind of the same. The more I get to play it, the more I'm enjoying that experience.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing how everything lines up at the end, and then I do want to just like get into another game of it and just play it again. Now you kind of have a bit of a feel for it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to keep going and finishing. My other question is, so at the end of the game, so if you finish now, do I get those 3 points?
You do.
Okay, so that's
as long
all
as the
part
mushroom's
of it.
in play.
In play?
That's
okay.
right.
So that's kind of a big factor as well.
Absolutely.
Then. Okay.
So I think, did you do your 2 actions?
I have not. It's still my turn.
Okay. Have you done any actions?
So, no, because you put out yours, and I haven't done anything yet. Right. I placed this guy last time. I moved, and then I purchased him.
Right.
So I've placed him. So, all right. So what do I want to do? Well, I guess my first one, I'll do a spore for him.
I really like it.
Yeah, it's good, eh?
Right,
And then I will roll. So he is the 5 right in the middle there. And I roll the same one every single time. Anyways, that's cool. So 1 here, 1 there, and we'll go for a wild. Yours is on it, so you can steal my wild again. All right, I'm going to use my free action, which I have.
You're going to move my mother.
And I'm going to move his mother out of my way because I don't like her there. And I can now move 3, so I'm gonna.
You can stick her anywhere, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I can. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's just. You're gonna go over here.
Yeah,
I don't like you.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Well, it gives you a bug, but that's okay.
Oh yeah, I'll collect that immediately.
So that was my first. Actually.
No, that's the free action. Yeah.
My free action. So I did my first action, which was, and I can do 2 of those. So I'll just.
Spore again.
I could spore again, but I really do.
I need
to get some more points because you've got more points than me. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's my goal.
So, all right. Well, let's just take one off the top and.
Actually, it's hard to say because I know one of your mushrooms was worth 8 points, so it's tough to say.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your 2 actions.
That's my 2 actions.
My action, I am going to. I would like to play this to try to get a few more points in, so I think we'll do that now. See my network's at. My network isn't good. Oh, my network is good. Okay, I'm going to play a orange pour cap. I'll put it at number 4. And it requires a red, which I'm going to use my wild card. And it requires a green or a yellow. We'll take a green, or I guess it's orange, and then we'll drop that right there. Yes. So that's 1. Number 2, I'm going to. I think I'm gonna decay. Because we'll wrap this up now.
All right.
So we'll move that down. Mushroom number 5 comes back. And then it says move 1 outer edge triangle, including all of its contents. So, I could take this and reconnect it to my network if I wanted.
Okay.
Okay, so the game immediately ends.
So I don't even get my next turn?
I don't even get a second action if I did that. If I were to do that first type thing. Okay. So the game immediately ends. And scoring this is all really simple. Every card you have here, you just slide it out. Mm-hmm. Oh, and whoever finishes first gets the Ex Morte Vita. Yeah. Which I think is, what's it?
Morte is death.
It's death. So from
Vita
death, life from death,
yeah,
I think is where it comes from.
Nice.
And that's worth 5 points.
Okay.
So we just add up the cards on our points. So I get 10, 20, 30, 35, 40.
Yeah, you won.
What'd you get?
27.
27. Okay, but for your first playthrough, that was fantastic. And the strategy behind this really comes down to that mother mushroom and blocking lanes. Yeah. I've only ever played this with 2-player, which this is my second time playing the game. One of the things with just 2 players is I find there's never really a need to expand. Because we always have access to the colors that we need.
That's true.
If you played 3, 4 players, I could see there being a lot more need to get out because you're going to have a lot more mother mushrooms kind of breaking up things and whatnot. Yeah. But Steve, this is Mycelia. Yeah. What did you think of the game?
I liked it. It was good. I would definitely play a little bit differently now that I've played it through once, but that's like any game, right? Yeah. So I love being able to build up my extra cards and get those nice bonuses. Those really do help, and I love being able to mess with each other. You stole my wild cards or my wild spores, which is pretty cool, and I really, really like this game. I cannot wait to play it again. It was fun, and I love the design of it. Like, it looks beautiful.
It is great looking on the table.
And everything is done well. Like, the cards are in good shape.
I like the little boards. Pieces. They're recessed as well underneath so that the cards slide underneath perfectly.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
I do want to talk about production quality just of the box itself.
Sure.
Now, this was a Kickstarter as well, but this wasn't a special edition of it. But what I like is they actually have, I believe this is recycled mushroom-based cardboard as an insert, and everything fits in here really, really nicely. Nice. It's just a beautiful box design. It's planet friendly, and everything fits in it really, really nice. And it's the small little things as well. You can tell that these people are passionate about mushrooms.
About their
Even the
mushrooms?
inside of the box is just pretty. Everything about this is beautiful. It's a fun game. I too am looking forward to playing it more. And again, this was just the second time I ever played it, and it clicked for me halfway through, and I really started enjoying it.
Yeah, it really only takes like a couple of turns, and then you're like, okay, I got it. I figured this out, basically. And then it's just kind of using what strategies you can kind of formulate and go with. So I really like this. This is a good game.
Excellent. And you brought Doc Swinson a Bossa Nova
Bossa
to
Nova.
pair with it. Steve, what are your thoughts on the Bossa Nova?
New charm. I really, really enjoy it. So it's a 6-year-old bourbon finished in Amburana Cask. Can be done very poorly. And I've had a few of those, but they do it really, really well. Doc Swinson, they are artists when it comes to finishing whiskeys. They just do such a good job. The bottle is beautiful. The wax cap was a bit of a pain to get into, but I love the look of it.
We figured it
Yeah,
out.
you
Now,
get it.
You
figure
mentioned
it out.
it's a little bit of a fad, but I honestly think that it's a fad that's going to be here to stay.
You think
There
so?
will always be a portion of people that this is going to be
true.
their go-to stuff for.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. A lot of people really do love it, and I think it's because they've picked up a bottle that is done well, and these guys have done it really, really well.
And for us who have dabbled with a number of different whiskeys now, just the variety is nice, and getting that different flavor profile from it is something that I enjoy, and I'll happily go back to this at any time.
And that's kind of one of the cool things about this hobby that we have,
absolutely.
Especially of whiskey, is that everybody has a different palate. So you can read all the reviews you want, and you kind of get to understand who has kind of the similar palate that you do. Because someone could really just, they'll pick up this bottle and they won't like it. They're going to be like, nah, it's Amburana. They might not even try it. But try it. Just try it. That's kind of my philosophy. I've heard when we were first getting into things, some people were like, I don't like this, I don't like that. All right, I'm just going to try it.
Yeah, try it.
Maybe I'll like it, maybe I won't. And a lot of the things that I've heard some didn't like, I really enjoyed. And so just get out there, try everything. And some people's palate, they pick up way more than others. It's just the way things are, right? So maybe that Amburana is just too much for them. But I think these guys have done it really well. It's there, it's definitely there, and you get those really nice cereal flavors from it. You get that nice fruits from it, but you definitely get like that sweetness. Which is pretty cool, and I really enjoy it.
This is why I think whiskey and board games go so well together, is because there is a board game for everyone. Now, there's so many different styles, there's so many different things, there's themes you may like, things you may not like, but there is something for everybody. And I can't tell you whether to like something or not like something, but try it. Give it a shot. And through watching these learn to plays and whatnot and playthroughs, you can make those decisions for yourself. Is this something I would enjoy? Is this something that's not for me at all? But I think we've done a fantastic job. And we've learned a very valuable lesson today.
I think we have, Les.
And that is, if you're going to play Mycelia, you want to pair it with
Doc Swinson Bossa Nova.
You sure do. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe. It means the absolute world to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Smash that subscribe button and send it out. Send it out to friends. Send it out to people you don't like. We don't care as long as they subscribe.
My name is Les.
And I'm Steve.
And this is Tabletop Tastings.
That it is.
Have a great day.
Yeah.